Since we moved into the facility in September of 2024, it has made a tremendous impact on our community and on our church family. Being out on the main thoroughfare now and on a 4-lane highway, a lot more visibility. We've had a number of people just drop by and say, hey, we wanted to see the new church and come visit, and they'll be here on Sunday. But it's also allowed us to reach a lot more people. The ladies in the office were telling me the other day, since January, we've had about 40 new members. We've also had an increase in our giving in our church family, which has been fantastic, both of them fantastic. We've been able to reach some young families that the facility really helps us take care of those kids. BGW, Building God's Way, our relationship between them, Collage, Construction, and East Memorial has been fantastic. From the very start, when Don Mahoney came from BGW, we did our charrette process. He put on paper what we were dreaming of. And then when those budgets began to be put together, and Collage was the company that was going to be selected to be the construction company, Collage put hard numbers together for us. And that helped us. Okay, here's the dream. Here's what you can do. Let's put those two together. And BGW and Collage met every expectation of our dreams. BGW and Collage were outstanding. One of the best parts to me of both of these companies is I could pick up the phone and I could get somebody on the phone within just a few minutes. And I would have a response within a day or so, or I would have a team working on whatever question I had. And they would get me an answer. As far as our church, this is about our 5th or 6th building project. The charrette process that BGW took us through, none of us had ever seen that before. We really didn't know what that was until Don began to explain that process. And then once we found a design that we kind of liked, we went and looked at another church up in Kentucky and found out BGW was part of that project. That we looked at that design, and then Don and his team and Collage helping through all the end process there. The charrette process allowed us to get on paper what we were dreaming of. And it happened so quick. I would have thought we'd have got pencil drawings back after 72 hours. But no, we got fly-throughs, we got aerial photograph or renderings, color drawings of what that building would look like. That allowed our building team, and then we immediately showed those to the congregation because we wanted them to buy in and say, this is beautiful, and that's exactly what happened. We showed it to the congregation, and that started the ball downhill real fast. It was time to get running, and then Collage came in, and it was time to get busy on the process. As BGW and Collage walked us through their process of ministry of construction, we didn't know what that meant exactly, but as they began to explain how we can minister to the contractors, many of them were local, but some of them were out of town. Some of them spoke English, some did not speak English. And so finding ways to minister to them as they helped us build our dream, our church family. So we found ways with BGW and Collage giving us instruction and helping us be creative with ideas to offer a meal to those contractors, to feed them lunch on several occasions. And on a cold day, our ladies would bring sandwiches and soup up here to all the workers. First of all, the church family needs to know that here's the need. Here's why we need to either relocate, remodel, build a new building, or they need to understand it is to reach people or to better reach the people that are already coming and a lot of times add space or update a facility to appeal to a crowd. Now, you can meet in a gym, you can meet in a beautiful 5-star auditorium, you can meet in all of them, but the facilities, there's expectations for facilities. So if you're looking at getting started, let your church family, once they buy in, and that's where our pastor and staff all came, they really bought into, we need to relocate. We need a place that's more visible. We're not in the school business or daycare business anymore. Those things had changed, but we needed a place that was specifically built for church. So if you're looking to start, first of all, I can't say enough about BGW and Collage. You contact those guys, men and women. There were so many men and women on both teams that helped us cross bridges that we didn't even know were out there. They gave us opportunities to be able to ask questions and say, oh look, what if we do this? Or how about that? Or how do you do this? Or what about the process? And they held our hand and they walked us through and pushed us at times when we needed pushing as well. But it was a place for us to start. And BGW and Collage and so many other people helped us get started. The congregation buys in, you find that right contractor and architect, the package, you're in for a good, successful ride.